Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Taste of Sport channel, and today we are doing our division predictions for the season upcoming starting next week. So this was kind of our last chance to do it.
Starting Thursday.
Thursday that we might watch or might not. Who knows yet?
We live in Ireland. It'll be 1 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
and we happen to be employed.
So we're going to start with the NFC East.
Yeah, NFC East. So,
Do you want to go with your order?
Well, mine's more safe from the sounds of what you're doing.
Well, I mean,
so I
I
picked
had to go with the boys
Eagles
here.
first because they're easily the best team in the division.
Yeah, the Eagles I have first as well because
The only they're stretch out is running back because they have a rookie running back. They have Miles Sanders. I think Penn State he went to. He's kind of the only question they have because their defense is unbelievable. Bar their coverage, but
and they have Carson Wentz.
yeah, if he stays healthy, it's easy. But if it's not, I think if he's not healthy,
Do they still have Foles or did he go?
no, Foles the Jaguars starting for Jaguars.
Who's their backup quarterback now?
No one.
Oh, great.
They
So
have-
it does kind of depend on Wentz then.
yeah, so that's what I mean with them. It's
But still,
I'd
they're
eat-
just so much better than the rest of the
Yeah.
teams there. So
Eagles 1, Cowboys 2, Redskins 3, Giants 4. Cowboys Eagles could swap depending on if Zeke's healthy and if Wentz goes down.
yeah,
They could swap that way because the Cowboys defense is still strong. I think Cowboys defense still is the strongest in that division. I put Cowboys and Redskins kind of close enough on defense wise. Because I like the Redskins defense a lot, especially if they got Lennon Collins and
yeah,
Cromartie this season. And
we
the
love it.
Giants are just the worst in the division.
No, bro, I have the Giants second.
They might. I know.
I believe.
They might. I think it's them.
I think we could surprise people, but
No.
I think that every year, and it goes.
I think Eli
Out
might
the
do
window.
something because he's going to start. Sadly, he's going
Yeah.
to start the season off, so he could just say I'm good and pass it.
And I don't think Odell
Fourth game.
going will affect us as much as people think it does. It will.
Uh,
Like, I know we don't have that one guy who can make the play all the time, but like we have some good receivers. Maybe now Eli will actually give it to Sterling Shepard, who deserves work, and actually give it to Evan Engram, who was basically non-existent while Odell was there. So
a lot of stuff we didn't talk about. The biggest issue I have with you is the coaching as well, because it's not just the players.
Yeah, I know.
You don't have any. Like Mike Shula isn't a good offensive coordinator
yeah,
whatsoever. He's not going to think of it. He's working with Sterling Shepard, who is a great route runner, but he's only giving him. He should be on slant routes because you saw him last season. He just tore across people all the time.
I mean people haven't been given the chance because Odell was basically hoovering everything up.
Yeah, but the quarterback situation is the biggest problem there. But Yee and the Redskins have the same issue there because they're starting not Flacco. They're starting Keenum first week, and they have a rookie Dwayne Haskins, and they have Colt McCoy. So
No, I just think Eli's going to flame
they have a
people
lot
up,
of
bro.
questions. So I have Eagles advancing from the NFC East. Then I have
At least we both agree on that.
I think that's the easiest thing. Really.
Eagles number one from the NFC East.
The NFC West. Then I have Rams 1, Seahawks 2, Niners 3, and Cardinals 4. So I have
Yeah, we're
Rams.
the exact same on that.
Yeah, I don't think it's the Rams.
I think it's close between the Rams and the Seahawks.
And the Niners. The Niners would.
Yeah, but it depends with them.
They're so.
You don't actually know.
I want them to finally live up to what they're supposed to do.
Yeah,
But it depends if they actually will or not because you have.
depends on
Kyle
Jimmy
Shanahan.
G.
It does. Well, I think. Well, there's him. He's Dante Pettis. I think Debo Samuels, the rookie wide receiver they got this year, is unbelievable, and I think he'll be used very well.
And George Kittle.
And George Kittle, obviously.
Yeah.
I think he's the. Who is it running back for? Matt Breida, who I like. I drafted him in my fantasy, so I do like him. But so I think Kittle. But the only part, the biggest issue with them is that Kittle is their only lock on the offense.
Yeah.
Their defense is decent. It's gotten better, but they're a lot. And then so they could They might swindle away into the playoffs. I'd like to see them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I think Rams, like we saw last year, their defense is all right. They still have Donald, who's going to change everything.
Yeah.
And the offense, there'll be a lot to be seen with if they'll be found out or not.
Yeah.
And
I mean, even if they produce 75% of what they did last year,
Yeah.
it's good enough to beat most teams. So.
And then you have the Seahawks then, who like we saw got Jimmy Clowney, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't have them as a lock at second if they didn't get Jimmy Clowney.
Yeah.
Because they have, was it Michael Kendricks is supposed to be out, suspended or something,
Yeah.
going to jail, whatever it is. So their defense was small, and like the offense is relying heavily on Russell Wilson this season because he's one title locket injury away from having nobody
Yeah.
other than DK Metcalf.
Baldwin's not there to
Save him,
Yeah.
the odd thing, because you have to have him and Baldwin together, what, 3 or 4 years?
Yeah.
So he knew like if Russell Wilson like rolled out, you have to come back towards the ball.
Yeah.
You don't know if Tyler Lockett is that.
Tyler Lockett used to always just be the guy who'd fly down the field and get a bomb.
He's a slot receiver, and it's not never great having your main receiver as your slot guy.
Yeah.
That's the issue with him. And we know the Cardinals having the hope this year.
Yep.
Like Kyler Murray and David Johnson might put up big numbers, but their defense is horrendous. Their offensive line is terrible. They don't have any weapons. Christian Kirk shined a small bit last season, but dwindled out again.
Yeah.
So I think the Rams.
They're the new Browns.
Yeah, it's a good. It's one of the harder ones to pick, because like the top three, the Seattle, San Francisco, and LA could all swap around there depending on how they perform. And NFC North, this is the hardest one out of every single division.
NFC North, Packers, yeah. So
By
I
the
had
hardest.
Packers, Bears, Vikings, Lions.
Yeah, we exactly the same.
Yeah. But picking between Packers and Bears is a tough one, because you don't actually know if the Packers can get back to what they used to be straight away.
Yeah, we don't know what Matt LaFleur is going to do.
They should be able to.
I think Rodgers is the safest part of it.
Yeah.
And they have
Devontae Adams.
Yeah. And hopefully they'll use, like we loved him last year, Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll actually use him properly this season. Because he was wasted last year for how good he was.
They have the potential to get right back to the top again.
Straight, like I would, like, they have Wallace Scantling, who's alright. Devontae Adams, we know, is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Jimmy Graham might get back to normal. Mercedes Lewis is half decent. He's old now, but...
Yep.
The offense does rely a lot on Aaron, but we've seen it work before with Aaron.
Yeah, exactly.
And you and I talked about how much I are bigging up their defense, because they got guys. They got Preston Smith this season. They got Preston Smith. They got Zadarius Smith, Adrian Amos, who's an unbelievable safety with the Bears last season. It depends. It was with Vic Fangio is the defensive coordinator there, so he's a genius. But like I think he's still good enough. Jair Alexander was a short last season at cornerback, so he's unbelievable. Rashawn Gary, they drafted him this season, an outside linebacker out of Michigan State. He was with Chase and Devin Bush at Michigan State. Michigan, sorry, not Michigan State. So the defense has a lot to come out of.
Yeah, so basically they bolstered their defense and gotten rid of a coach that was causing problems. So.
And then the Bears could be. People aren't saying good things about Trubisky.
Yeah, Trubisky is the problem there.
Yeah, and you have Anthony Miller, you have Taylor Gabriel, you have. Kind of it really, isn't it? And Tariq Cohen, obviously, and Trey Burton, who I like at tight end. But they're another team. Their defense was so good last year; it's not going to be as good this year. They lost Adrian Amos. They lost. Good lord, they lost a lot of people. Did they lose Bryce Callen? I'm not sure they lost Bryce Callen. They lost to Darius Smith. No, Preston Smith who lost to Green
Packers,
Bay. Yeah. Who else did they lose now? We're just putting up as we're going. They lost. They still have Akeem Hicks. Unbelievable. Eddie Goldman's solid on the front line. Khalil Mack, obviously. Danny Trevathan's good. Roquan Smith, Leonard Floyd might show up. Like, they still have a lot of fellas who were there last season.
Yeah.
It's just they lost guys like they did lose Bryce Callen, and they lost Adrian Amos, and was that it? That's all they lost to tape. That's still a lot. They're still main guys in coverage you lost.
Yeah.
And like their offense, then you see Al Robson's solid, but I'm sure he got injured last season.
He did, yeah.
They've Calvin Ridley's brother Riley. And they've Cordell Patterson, but I don't think they're that clever in offense to use the way the Patriots did last season. So he's not going to be as good. And we know the Vikings again, explosive offense.
Vikings, I think, are hit or miss.
And their defense,
It could even go game to game. It's hit or miss.
That's almost the biggest hit or miss defensive division. Because I really like the Lions defense who they got this year, because they got Trey Flowers and all them. I really like him. He's supposed to be back. They got Snacks, who's there.
Yeah.
They have a lot of good in there, and then. Offense,
also a dodgy offense.
Yeah, their Lions and great. Stafford's always up and down. That's the hardest one, because bar the Lions, that could go anywhere. The top three of them. And then NFC South? You have NFC South?
I have.
Or is it different? So different.
Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Bucks.
Yeah, the only difference we had was
Falcons
I have Falcons going one.
Yeah. I don't know about the Falcons being one. I mean, if they go the way they did when they made their Super Bowl run again, then. Obviously, they could be number one, but I think the Saints.
I see them falling off a lot.
The Saints.
I think, as much as I love
Kamara.
Yeah, I think people say I said it myself that plugging Latavius Murray will do for marking because he'll do the job. I think it's not even just him being there. I think it's the locker room presence he brought, and I think it's a big loss to lose him.
Ingram.
And I think that it will be. It's one you can't really argue. It's easily be the Saints first and easily be the Falcons first. because like this year I see like their defense. I like their defense, but they're very like they've underperformed for so long. The Falcons defense, while the Saints defense, their defensive line is unbelievable.
I think there's a lot for the Falcons on Devontae Freeman as well.
Yeah, and because
Because he was out last season, wasn't he?
Yeah, and they lost Tevin
Tevin
Coleman.
Coleman's gone.
They're missing a lot, but I like I said, I like Austin Hooper. I think he's going to have a breakout year at tight end. He's very solid when he's not injured.
I mean, you can't argue the
Weapons
thing they have going with Matt Ryan and Julio Jones.
and Mohamed Sanu and Calvin Ridley. Like I think that 3 is nearly enough if they stay healthy, obviously. Because if they don't stay healthy, they're very.
Because with the Saints, they kind of have to compare to that. They have Drew Brees and Michael Thomas, and that's kind of
equal enough.
Yeah.
To do them. I don't know. They said the Saints probably have a chip in their shoulder from last season.
Yeah, that too.
So, but I just don't like it. Again, it's a division where like they're going to be just all out scoring every game.
Yeah.
And they'll both get scored.
Plus, I don't think. Would you say that the Saints' defense is?
Their defensive line is sturdy. It's very good.
Yeah, and I mean the Falcons don't really have anything on defense. They
have a lot of players who have been like big prospects, like Vic Beasley, who's started off fast, died last year. Who else is there? Keanu Neal's decent, but he's a nickel, but he's losing a lot at safety.
Like, can you imagine if the Falcons had a good defense?
If
what
that, like
kind
that
of team
year,
that would be? That would be like game changing.
Were they second that year? Got Super Bowl with Patriots. Patriots were first scoring defense. I'm sure they were second scoring defense that season.
Falcons.
When they got to us.
As in scoring touchdowns. Really?
Last season, they were definitely up there. I don't know if they're second. I just know they're high, top 10 at least. Because like they still have a lot. Like still, like,
I know they always conceded a lot as well.
They have Ricardo Allen, Keanu Neal, Desmond Trufant, Deion Jones. Like Deion Jones is one of the best middle linebackers in the league. He's signed a big contract this season.
Yeah.
Carson McKinney I like a lot. Grady Jarrett is a good run stopper. Like they have very high potential. They got Adrian Claiborne from the Patriots as well, who I liked, but he's not that great because we got rid of him. But
I think if their defense can hold solid, then that team is like could go all the way.
It's the same with the two of them.
Yeah.
With them and the Saints. That's the thing. They're I would put them in as my. That's. Bar the Packers, I think they'd probably be the two teams I'd see going to the Super Bowl from the NFC. Is the Saints or the Falcons.
Yeah.
Because it's such like they both play the Panthers twice and the Buccaneers twice. It's probably 4 wins easily there for two of them. So you're already 4-0 at that stage. Bar the Panthers might do something, but I just see it going very not easily, but for them, but I can't see it not being the two of them being there.
So that's the NFC. Is that the NFC done?
That's NFC done.
It is. So NFC wildcard, what you have?
Well, NFC wildcard, I had Saints first wildcard spot and Seahawks second.
Yeah, and I had Falcons, Seahawks.
I knew we'd be sick because I have Falcons, Eagles, Packers, Rams are my 4 from the divisions. I think the only difference you have is
Falcons. And Saints.
Yeah, we just swapped this. Saints.
But I mean, it's so close. It makes sense that we both.
Yeah, I think the AFC is going to be a bit of a conversation. Right, so AFC, which is my big hope for the season.
Starting in the East.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the number 1 in the East is always locked up, isn't it? So
I for a second this year I thought it mightn't be for 10 minutes. I didn't.
For a split second, and then preseason happened, and everything looks good again.
Yeah.
So number 1 Patriots. Then Jets, then Bills, then Dolphins. I think we're both the same here.
We're exact same.
Yeah.
The Patriots. I could see the Patriots having 14 wins this season. I think we're a better team than we were last year.
Sick of it.
It's just we got to wait. Like we were worried, but we haven't wide receiver. Then we get Josh Gordon back, who's back for the season, who we know is unbelievable.
Well, I mean, you're clearly not having any problems in the receiver position if you're going to drop Demaryius Thomas. So
to bring him back, and then we lost David Andrews, but we brought in so many offensive linemen in trades. We brought in Jermaine Eluemunor, Russell Bodine, and Corey Cunningham. So we lost 1 and brought in 3.
Patriots seem to go under the radar with every little move they make in the off season.
There was they say defensive coordinator open. Bill is the defense coordinator for the season for the Patriots because he just is every year anyway.
No.
we were worried about the Patriots at wide receiver because we didn't even have that much. We lost Chris Hogan and we lost. Last season, Chris Hogan and Danny Amendola all went last year.
Yeah.
And Gronk is gone. We lost arguably the best tight end of all time. And
who is your tight end now?
Ryan Izzo and Matt Lacoste. So we have 6 offensive linemen. We've June Edelman obviously coming back, who's going to be a workhorse. Josh Gordon is back, thank Lord. Philip Dorsett's alright. Matthew Sayer's not going to play wide receiver. And N'Keal Harry's unbelievable at rookie wide receiver. He's already showing he looks like Josh Gordon going deep, the way he's doing it.
Yeah.
Jacoby Myers looks solid. And Gunnar Olszewski looks like a solid punt returner. He's like Tyreek Hill, but smaller. Not really smaller.
That's another guy they dropped to sign again, wasn't it?
Yeah, they dropped. That's why they dropped Demarius Thomas. They dropped Demarius Thomas so they could bring him back. Because Demarius Thomas doesn't have clear waivers or something, so they can just bring him straight back whenever they want him.
That's all too complicated.
And he wants to come back, apparently. So he agreed to be cut because they basically said that we're bringing him back in the year when we need you.
Yeah.
So they're going to probably bring him back around trade deadline. And obviously we have this is going to be I think it's going to be a page conversation. This whole fucking this.
I mean, there's not much else to talk about, is there?
So
the
Michelle,
Jets.
I like the Jets and I like the Bills, but they have such their quarterback. Like I'd rather Josh Allen as quarterback, but Sam Darnold's more of a winning quarterback the way it looks. Because Josh Allen's just the kind of guy. He reminds me of Andrew Luck. He just puts his body on the line the whole time. He's a big tough quarterback.
Yeah.
He gets where he needs to get, but he's not. He's a stronger arm with Darnold, but Darnold seems to have a better grasp on the game.
And
faster.
they have the small matter of Le'Veon Bell now.
Yeah. Well, the Bills only have.
I think that'll be a good game. But often in that division, you think games are going to be good games, and then they disappoint because the Patriots will just roll over. But I think the Patriots Jets will be an interesting game to watch.
Him and it'll be more interesting to watch because of him and Darnold are more similar quarterbacks.
Yeah,
they're going like in the way as pocket passing.
And to see if Le'Veon Bell can run over the Patriots.
I can't. Well, no, I don't aim at touching on defense. First of all, like I think because Chase Winovich is going to be my defensive rookie of the year. He looks unbelievable already again. We have Michael Bennett we brought in, Super Bowl winner. Somehow we got him in, I'm not sure how. Defensive tackle we are short. We have Adam Butler and Lawrence Guy. Lawrence Guy's never that strong. Danny Shelton I don't like. There's kind of guys who get in the way. They're not going to shed blocks and stop runs, but they get in the way. Boom Tower is unbelievable. Kyle Van Noy is solid. Juwan Bentley, everyone's freaking out about in preseason saying he's come along already in a year. Obviously we have the best cornerback in the league in Stephon Gilmore.
Obviously.
Devin McCourty getting old, but he's still. I like Devin McCourty because him and Eric Weddle.
His brother's still there.
Jason, yeah. Is he? He is, yeah. And JC Jackson, I think, was one of my favourite rookies last season. He was undrafted. We picked him up, and he's an unbelievable cornerback in last season.
How does this happen?
I have no idea. We're missing.
Make it stop.
We're missing Patrick Chung, who I never cared for anyway. The defense is going to be. It's not appreciated already, and I can see it. It's just going to be. They might be bad the first few weeks, and then just
as always happens.
Tear off, yeah.
And it's always Miami you lose to in the first few weeks.
No? We can't beat Miami. Down Miami we cannot.
Surely you can't lose to Miami now, though.
They're the dumpster fire of the AFC completely.
Although, are you playing Miami in the first few games? Do you know? You usually do, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure when we play.
Because the first few games of the season are Fitzmagic time, so
I hate him. I'm sick of him.
Can't stop Fitzmagic in the first few games of the season, bro.
He gets in the way of every young quarterback he comes into. It wrecks my tits. Just leave Jameis Winston struggle. He didn't, and he struggled when he came in. Now just leave Josh Rosen do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
It feels like Josh Rosen.
Although they said they're keeping him out because he needs to learn the.
Full of shit.
Yeah, he needs to learn the offense more.
Full of shit.
Yeah.
The lot of them.
Let him learn by playing. You know you're not going to go anywhere this season, so you might as well just lob him in.
Exactly, and we saw now yesterday they traded Laramie Tunsil, their best offensive tackle. They took him in the first round 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And they traded and they got a load of picks back. They had like 4 first rounders in the next 2 drafts.
Yeah.
Like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Play him. Play Kenyon Drake.
Why tank and keep your young possible future quarterback out?
Yeah, like it's understand. Like I think the reason they're playing Fitzpatrick doesn't make any sense to be honest. It's like they're trying to build up the stock to make their team look stronger so that I don't even know. I can't even make any sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I just know that they want to go. They're looking at Justin Herbert. They're looking at Tua Tagovailoa. Sorry, and Trevor Lawrence for next draft. So we know that they're looking at quarterback next draft. They're going to want to be in the top 3 picks.
But I mean, if they're looking at a quarterback, then they obviously don't want Rosen.
Yeah, but the only thing is you could say if you got Rosen in and you got Rosen, I like Flores as a coach because he obviously was ex-Patriots, but I'd like to see him toughen Rosen up. And what if you built Rosen up to a starting level quarterback?
That's what I mean. Yeah,
and you trade away
the
first pick,
doing that?
And you trade away you get the first round pick for next season and trade it away.
keeping Fitzpatrick as a backup quarterback makes sense, because then if Rosen fails when he's out there, you bring him out, put Fitzpatrick in, and then you maybe like get Rosen to learn the offense a bit more to make up for what he's done. But having Fitzpatrick in the beginning and keeping Rosen out makes just no sense.
No, you
need to build Rosen up, otherwise there's no point in having him there.
He's just that old. Obviously he's a nice fella. Apparently, Fitzpatrick. He's just an annoying quarterback. Just gets in the way.
It's what people do with him.
I'm just sick of him.
He is a backup quarterback. He should be a backup quarterback.
Exactly.
And he should be kept that way.
That's what I mean. We've seen every season he'll flame for 4 weeks and then die off again.
Yeah.
Like, we know what's going to happen. So just. Oh, if I was a Dolphins fan, I'd be raging.
And it would make sense if the Dolphins wanted or thought they could actually go somewhere this season.
Yeah, they hope.
But even by the trades that they made yesterday, you can see that they don't think that.
Especially when you give up your best, like, offensive tackle, Laramie I never say his name properly. Laramie Tunsil, who they took first round 2 years ago. Like, you know you're not doing it.
If you think you're going to go somewhere, and you know Fitzpatrick's going to be good at the start of the season, and then you bring in Rosen later when you think you've taught him more.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll win some games. That would make sense. Because then maybe you have a winning team. But that's not what they want to do. But that's what they're choosing their quarterback as.
And like,
it makes no sense.
And the whole Rosen situation, if Rosen worked out, he might not still. But you so many picks. Like, rather than banking picks on a first round quarterback, who'll take another 3 years to get ready.
Yeah.
Build Rosen up for next 2 seasons. Build up your fucking defense, because it's horrendous.
Yeah.
You have Minka Fitzpatrick, who's been wasted. Xavier Howard's been wasted. Kiko Alonso's been wasted. You wasted Cameron Wake's career.
Yeah.
Like, you wasted. It's fucking frustrated children. And even my division. I want to see other teams get better in our division, which they have.
Yeah.
The Jets have gotten better. The Bills have gotten better. I want a more competitive AFC East.
Yeah.
Because every season we have the easiest fucking schedule. I guess it gets frustrating. And then the AFC West, because I can't go on anymore about the fucking AFC East. I have Chiefs first. I think we're the same on this one.
Yeah.
Chiefs first, Chargers second, Raiders third, and Broncos fourth.
Yeah.
But I think the bottom could swap either way, whoever's worse, to be honest.
Chiefs Chargers, I think, would have been a lot closer had Melvin Gordon been a solid go ahead. But I think without him,
and Derwin James playing,
Chiefs will just be better. And the Chiefs have Shady McCoy now. I don't know how much difference that'll make.
He'll give them more options.
Will he even start for them? Because I know he's old now, and they have David Williams, who is pretty good.
It depends how much they want to bank on Damian Williams. Like, he looked good last season.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You wouldn't know. And
it's another thing where you say you want to give Damian Williams a chance, but you know what you have in Shady McCoy.
Yeah. But you know, like, the thing is with Shady's definitely, like, they're not going to... They'll split snaps, I think, but Shady will definitely get less because his ankles and knees are on the way out.
Yeah.
He's had those injuries over the last few years. You don't want to build your offense around him just when he get hurt because he's older.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like playing with Frank Gore as your starting running back.
Yeah.
You know he's old. He's gonna waste away. So yeah, you're right with the whole Chargers situation. It would be a lot closer because the Chiefs are going to be good again, but I think they're a good 11-5, 10-6 team. I don't like their defense at all. Yeah. Even though they've got the honey badger now, Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah.
You forgot they got him this season.
But I think their offense will just be too powerful for anything.
Yeah,
so.
it'll be interesting how Tyreek Hill comes back. He's going to be that explosive again. Like, it's just, and like, I like Andy Reid. Andy Reid is a very good offensive coach.
Yeah.
But that's why I think I can't see Mahomes being 50 touchdowns again this season. And like, it's going to be a lot harder for them to...
I don't know, I can.
Maybe
not 50, but like up there again, 40 plus. I can see it happening.
He'll probably lead the league again in that shit, but I find it very hard to see their offense again have to keep up with their defense struggling this year.
Yeah.
At points. That's the only issue I have with them is their defense. Because you have Mahomes, you know what you have. You've killed.
It's another situation where you just have to wait and see if they can continue on where they came off last year, which I think they can, because they still pretty much have everything they had.
And they got
apart from Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, and they got another weapon in wide receiver. They got McCall Hardman, you saw him in preseason. He's just lightning speed again, and he's bigger than Tyreek Hill is. And again, like, the Raiders, we know are going to struggle.
Yeah.
Like, they're not. I can't see them getting more than 5-6 wins. So that means they're not in the playoffs.
Literally, Antonio Brown keeps them above the Broncos.
Antonio Brown or bust, basically, is what they are.
Yeah,
and it's sad to see. It really. I like Jonathan Jacobs, the running back they got. I like Jonathan Abram they got at safety. Like, Cleveland Farrell struggled. Everything that they've done just seems to be going wrong already. We've talked about it before. It's not going to go great for them. Broncos.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco. Isn't Drew Lock injured to start? Like, that injury reserve to start the year. It's a lot. John Elway needs to fucking get his head out of his ass and draft decent fucking quarterback some stage. It's like you've gone through Simeon, you got through Paxton Lynch, now you're on Joe Flacco, you had Case Keenum,
Yeah.
They're all after Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's gone like 3-4 years, and all these quarterbacks in after him.
Nothing.
No, like Drew Lock looks alright, but he's not. Like again, another fellow who drafted who's not a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And I hope it like the defense. I like. I love Bradley Chubb, and I love Von Miller, and I love.
But they always seem to do like just a bit too good to get like one of the top picks.
Yeah, that's their issue. Where were they?
Like they need to go full tank, and they need to accept that they need to go full tank and just do it.
I think the biggest issue with them is they have Chris Harris at cornerback, who's top 5 cornerback in the league, and then you have Von Miller. I think those two don't want to tank. So it's almost like they're not letting them tank.
They did have one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best defense, and they still kind of have it. So that's probably a lot of what they're
their defense
trying to ride out.
Off. Just let us try and. But
let us try and win.
And then they have Emmanuel Sanders back this year, who tore his Achilles. He's back. Philip Lindsay.
I don't think he's fully back yet, though, is he?
He is. He played preseason.
Oh, did he?
He got 2 catches, like 35 yards.
Oh.
That's
Cortland Sutton.
Who I like.
But then, like, Joe Flacco. So.
And what's going to annoy me the most is, and I've seen it already, people saying it, that since they have Royce Freeman and Devontae Booker back, Dante Booker.
One of them. Booker.
Back there, that they're not going to give Lindsay the same amount of snaps as last season.
No, Philip Lindsay needs to be given the ball, and
that's what I mean. He just
100% of the time.
Yeah,
just let him go.
And like you saw quick was last time, they didn't even use him outside the back. Like didn't use him at wide out. Like if you use him out of the backfield, his speed, his agility, like they haven't even utilised that yet. So if they come back this season and don't play him enough, it's a waste of time altogether. You got extremely lucky when drafted rookie who flamed last year out of nowhere.
I mean, as Madden likes to tell you every snap of the game with the Broncos, he is an undrafted Pro Bowler, and that is an achievement. So you need to respect that and give it all to him.
In his first season,
he's pretty much all they have now as well. Like
completely, because like
you want to run the offense through him pretty much.
Yeah, like you have Emmanuel Sanders, Cortland Sutton, but you don't make him pass it through him. And
Joe
Noah
Flacco ruins everybody's upside.
And Noah Fant, who I like at tight end.
Yeah.
So they have
one reason I know about him is because of Madden as well.
Like they have a lot of upside, but again, they're in a situation where the quarterback is fucked.
Yeah.
And their offensive line isn't strong.
The potential is there, but ruined by Joe Flacco.
Yeah. And then now we have the biggest talking point in our circle at the moment is
where are we at? I'm looking all over the place.
AFC North.
AFC. Oh yeah.
And
that's
my
a very good division.
Bar Bengals.
Bar the Bengals.
So I think
there's always one.
Think we have the same.
Yeah, well, I have Ravens, Browns, Steelers, Bengals.
Yeah. I have Ravens, Browns, Steelers, Bengals, and the
Steelers could, I think, surprise and rival the other two.
The only issue I have with the Steelers is how thin they are on defense. Like I'll show you now. Wait now. Like they have.
And I mean, it still remains to be seen how they cope without Antonio Brown on the offense.
Yeah. But the only save with the offensive line is still stellar. And still, like they have Cameron Hayward, no one behind him. Stephon Tuitt, nobody behind him. TJ Watt, nobody behind him.
Yeah, because like if one of these guys goes down.
Yeah, and like Devin Bush, I really like. He's middle linebacker they got out of Michigan. He was with Chase and Rashawn Gary as well. If he plays, they're fine.
Yeah.
I think he reminds me of Darius Leonard. He's just all the way around the place. He's might lead league in tackles.
Yeah.
Mark Barron I don't like who's ahead of him, but so they'll probably start Devin Bush. Then you have Vince Williams, not strong. Bud Dupree I don't like. He's just angry all the time. Joe Hayden's injured, and then they've nothing at all.
Is he still injured?
Yeah, there's some weird nagging toe or something. What it is? They have nothing over top, and then their defensive line was good last season, but one man goes down, they're done. That's my only big issue with them, because their offense is going to be, you would say like James Washington looked great in preseason.
But then you have like on offense, if you lock up Juju, what do they have?
That was always my biggest issue with him.
Because like with the Steelers last year, you lock up Antonio Brown, which is very difficult to begin with because he's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Then they still had Juju to go to, and you have to actually lock up Antonio Brown to begin with.
Yeah.
But now if they do lock up Juju, which will be easier than locking up Antonio Brown, no matter how good he is.
Yeah.
What do they do then?
It depends on how, like, if James Conner shows up.
Yeah, James Conner could.
Which he probably I don't think last year was the glimpse and people say, oh, it's because Le'Veon Bell wasn't there. I think he's just that good.
Yeah.
I like him. He's very and Jalen Samuels isn't terrible backup to have behind him. So it'll fall a lot. It'll fall a lot onto Ben's.
But James Conner did also have, when his bad games last year came about, they were very bad.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing there.
That's it's just when I think it falls on Ben again.
Yeah.
This season falls on Ben.
Although, yeah, to be fair, when the Steelers had bad games last year, they were very bad because Ben was horrible in sometimes as well.
Yeah, and their defense can't save them, and that's my biggest issue with them is their defense because like they're
They
not
can't
Steel
rely on
Curtin.
it at
Steel
all.
Curtin's gone for years.
Yeah.
And then like I have,
The Ravens have the potential,
I love the Ravens.
as you discussed,
Love the
because
Ravens.
this man has a bet now that Lamar Jackson will be MVP of the season.
What if he gets injured? I'll cry. I like my thing was with
I
them.
mean, yeah, he can do everything, but like,
I do reason I'm so big high on him now this season. Like I liked him last year when he came in for 6 or 7 games he started, but is the fact you saw him in preseason. He had
Doing
one
everything.
game where he ran,
yeah,
and in the other 2 or 3 drives he stood in the pocket,
yeah,
looked around, didn't make stupid throws like he did last season, forced everything. He just looks like he's thinking a lot more.
yeah,
And I think a second summer with John Harbaugh helps a lot
yeah.
with him.
I think it does make sense to be so hype about him. I mean, I'm not sure about MVP kind of hype.
Well, I just have to go in there. And like they still have Orlando Brown, Marshall Yanda, and Ronnie Stanley. So he's going to be safe in the offensive line.
Who's ever running back?
They brought him
Alex
back Ingram.
Hollins? Oh yeah.
They still have Gus Edwards, who was
That's
a horse
what he went.
last year.
Oh, the goose.
Yeah,
Oh.
horse. They have Patrick Ricard, who's one of the best fullbacks in the league, and they don't use fullbacks
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
He's still one of the best ones. Then you have Willie Snead, goes deep. They have Marquise Brown out of college, who's unbelievable. I love Marquise Brown.
Receiver.
They have Seth Roberts, who's a solid slot guy from
Yeah.
the you saw him at the Jets, how good he was. Then, like their defense still they lost. Who did they lose? They lost Mosley, which is a big loss.
Yeah.
Who that will impact them a lot. They've changed up their game plan a lot more. They lost him. They lost Eric Weddle, but then they brought in Earl Thomas.
Yeah.
You brought in arguably the best safety in the fucking football.
Yeah. And
So-
their defense was already terrifying.
Yeah, like you have Brandon Williams. Like the defensive line's solid. Brandon Williams still there. Michael Pierce still there. Matt Judon, I like. Marlon Humphrey, locked down as fuck at
Yeah.
cornerback.
I think their defense will be just as good as it was. It'll just be a bit different.
I think it'd be less blitz heavy. They won't pass rush
Yeah.
as much. There'll be a lot of
Still
zone
picked
defense.
off all the time.
With Jimmy Smith, Earl Thomas, Tony Jefferson. Like it's just Anthony Levine. Like
That
there's-
could be, I think, maybe would you say or agree that the Ravens could be kryptonite for the Browns
their defense could definitely
because
go
they
for
could shut that down.
Yeah, they have you're probably they probably are going to be their kryptonite in that division
Yeah.
actually because they'll flame the Steelers defense. Bengals have a hope.
Because I don't see, like, you can have a really good defense, but I don't know how you can really shut down the Ravens' offense because it could be anything.
Yeah, and like the thing
They
I
could
love
literally run anything
The
at
thing-
you.
the thing I love to see him this season was it's off season. The preseason was Trace McSorley, he's the quarterback they drafted. He was solid, so I would like to see something where who was it now? Oh, you know Breeze and Taysom Hill, where they line Breeze out at wide out.
Yeah,
What if you line fucking Lamar Jackson wide
Yeah.
out? Gone.
yeah,
Like if you can, like, it probably won't happen. But that's something they could do.
yeah.
They could wide him
yeah,
up
it
and
is.
wide out and not have him like Breeze just standing there doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
He'd be or running back. Like there's so many things you could do. with
Lamar
him.
Jackson, yeah, he can do anything.
So like I'm so excited to watch them this season and see what
And
they do.
their defense could literally be the perfect shutdown for the Browns' offense.
Yeah, because zone would lock them up because they pass rush they don't really have it, but they still have solid
Yeah.
enough to get in the way and slow
And it
down
remains to be seen if the Browns' offense can live up.
if he even clicks.
And we know that the Ravens' defense will live up.
Yeah.
So
And they still basically everything there. The coach is all still there. It's just a few.
Yeah.
They're missing a few key personnel, but
and the Browns we've talked about so much through so many videos.
so many videos. We just know
It's
that's-
just potential.
like
We
they,
need to see it.
Like they won't be last because the Bengals are going to be last. They're horrendous.
Yeah.
But they could easily be the third in that, just because stuff
Yeah.
mightn't click, fellas might get injured. Odell's already apparently has a nagging injury. Draft him
Yeah.
third overall in my fantasy draft. Like, just have so much. There's gonna be.
They have the potential. We all know what they
Yeah.
have. They have so many stars there.
We know the Browns basically.
It just needs. We need to see if it clicks.
Yeah, we know what the Browns are.
Yeah.
Basically, so that's NFC North is like NFC North and the AFC North. NFC North and the AFC North are the two most interesting conferences. The one the Packers, Lions, Bears. They're the most interesting conferences, and they're arguably the best defenses both of them, which
And
is
then,
really good.
Where are we at? AFC South.
Which is just such a weird one.
So we have something different here, I think.
Very different.
So what's yours?
I have, which could change. I have the Jaguars top.
Okay.
I have Colts second.
Yeah.
The bottom two could swap. The Titans, Texans. I have Texans bottom.
And I have Texans top.
Yeah, which is That's because
I have the same order as you, except with the Texans on the
Backwards.
bottom. I have it on
Yeah.
the top.
Do you have Jaguars bottom?
No, I have Jags second. So I have Texans,
Yeah.
Jaguars, Colts, Titans.
My big thing is I've always hated the Texans defense, never liked it.
Yeah.
And now they've lost Javion Clowney.
Yeah.
And offensive line is still horseshit.
Yeah.
Like they got Carlos Hyde was solid, and they got Kenny Stills, who I like, who he kind of suits Lamar Jackson too, the way he plays, the way he's
Deshaun Watson.
Jesus Christ, sorry, Deshaun Watson. I think he suits him a lot, and because you know Will Fuller's going to get injured again, so you need someone else other than just DeAndre Hopkins. But I think that's all they have, and it might be enough.
They have Cootie, but
I don't like
remains to be
Cootie.
seen whether he can step up.
Again, it's you don't want to rely on a slot guy again, and
Yeah.
you're not the Patriots. Patriots know you guys don't rely on a slot guy other than your main man, and I just don't.
I think the Texans shocked with how well they did last year, given their situation.
Well, that's the big thing I looked at as well. As I said was they had the second easiest schedule last season, and now they're the fourth hardest schedule this season. That's the biggest jump is from there down.
I
So
suppose.
especially when your offensive line, like they drafted I think they drafted a guard and a tackle.
They are in a very weird division as well, which is probably my main reason for putting them at the top of it. Because you don't know where any of the other teams are going to go.
Like I think that like when you look at the Colts, like Jags, I think their defense cannot be as bad as they were last year.
Yeah.
And a lot of
their
it was-
entire team can't be as bad as it was last year.
And I think a lot of that was Bortles putting a fucking hole every time.
Yeah.
So like, how are you supposed to defend well when the other team starts on your 20-yard line every every drive?
Yeah.
So that's why I think they were like I don't think you can drop that far off and knock them back up. They went from the best defense in the league to one of the worst.
I definitely put them at least winning the division or second in the division.
I think they'll make the playoffs, and I'm not Foe's biggest fan, but I think he's a much bigger upgrade to, fucking what's his name, Bortles. I think
Is he going to be their starting guy?
Yeah.
Foles?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, there's no one else. He's like,
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
he's got they should have signed like 70-80 million contract.
Yeah.
He's he's the guy now, and I love.
That could change everything.
I like there's so like I wasn't the quote, but like
yeah, with Bortles gone, that could change everything actually.
I mean like the weapons they have, like they shine against the Patriots. Like Cole, remember 84? He shined against the Patriots. D.D. Westbrook is a nightmare when he gets the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
The only issue last season was Bortles didn't get the ball in his hands.
But can Foles
I think he
do
can.
what he did with the Jags?
What he did with the Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah.
I think all he has to be is good. I don't think he's
Yeah,
great.
he doesn't have to be great.
I think
He just has to be not as bad as Bortles.
yeah, like when you get they have a lot, like they have D.D. Westbrook, who I said we get a ball in his hands, unreal. Marcus Lee, I really liked out of college. He's back this year again. Chris Conley's solid, not great but solid, and Keelan Cole, I think he's a deep guy you can somewhat rely on.
And what is the story with Leonard Fournette?
He's back this season.
Is he fully ready to go?
Yeah, there's no issue. I've heard no issues with Leonard Fournette this year.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, and then obviously you look at their defense. Ngakwe, they got Josh Allen out of draft, one of the best edge guys. They still have Marcel Darius, Calais Campbell, Miles Jack, Jalen Ramsey, AJ Boy. They're so ready to do what they fucking did again.
Yeah.
And now they have a fellow who's not going to put him in a hole every drive.
Yeah, Nick Foles.
He's like he's like I said, he's not that great of a quarterback. He's not better than Carson Wentz like people said, but he seems to be able to control the locker room well.
Yeah.
And players like him.
Yeah.
And no one liked Bortles. They had to pretend they liked him. But imagine putting Jalen Ramsey in a room with a
I mean, how can you like a guy that puts you in a hole every game?
Yeah, I think that would pissed off Jalen Ramsey ridiculous more last year. He said nothing about it.
Yeah.
How much he hated Bortles.
Yeah.
Because
And he's a very opinionated guy. as well.
very opinionated. And in the Colts, I think
A massive hole.
They were like a 12-win team with Andrew Luck. I think they're 8. I didn't have them making the playoffs because they missed the wild card, but I think they are an 8-9
I
win
think
team.
they have a massive hole now.
There could be very.
And I think it'll affect them a lot.
It'll affect their defense a lot because they're fucking terrible. But
Because Jacoby Brissett, he's their starting guy now, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a very different quarterback as well.
he went 4-11 when he was a starter there. That season, Andrew Luck was out. But like I think now
They still have that offensive line though.
that's the biggest thing. And finally they have Marlon Mack who's a good back.
Yeah.
Naeem Hines is a very good utility back. You have Devin Funchess there this year, who I like. He's good hands. T.Y. Hilton's a beast. Chester Rogers quick. Paris Campbell's fella they drafted. He's lightning fast. They've already said in camp. I don't know about his hands yet. I haven't seen him. We haven't seen him in an NFL game properly yet. So I don't know how reliable he's going to be.
I think
but
that
quick.
team entirely depends on how Brissett fits in.
Yeah, and if like Ebron came out of fucking nowhere last year,
Yeah.
can he do the same again this year? Jack Doyle I like, but he's not your deep guy. He's not going to be safe.
Mm.
They're like, and defense is fucking terrible. Well, no, I like Rocky Sin. They drafted him. I like Pierre Desir. Darius Leonard, obviously, like is one of my favorite players. He's an absolute hawk at linebacker. Justin Houston's ancient, so he's not going to get as many sacks he did in Kansas. Jabal Sheard, I like. Not like they're missing a lot. Like up front, they're terrible. In the middle, they have Darius Leonard who saves them a lot.
Yeah.
And then they're thin again. Like Malik Hooker has been he's not living the potential. So like, it does. They're another team relies a lot of offense because their defense isn't there again.
Yeah. And then you have the Titans who are just in the same situation every
They
year.
are so frustrating. it's him and Winston. Mariota and Winston have been the same road. They've drafted the same year.
Exactly
same shit every year.
Yeah.
They show so much potential. Both quick, both have good arms.
Mm-hmm.
Can't fuck out with it.
Yeah.
Injured, like look,
and
like
their decision making is like exactly the same as well.
yeah, and like this season, hopefully, if Corey
Shite.
Davis stays healthy, they've got a good main guy. They got AJ Brown, who's his route running looks like he's
Derrick Henry?
yeah, Derrick Henry, Dion
Is
Lewis,
he fit?
yeah, beast last year when he got used.
Yeah.
But Matt
I think
LaFleur,
he broke his foot or something, didn't
he got no, was he injured start of the year or the end of the year?
he? End.
There you go, they broke his foot in.
Yeah.
They're like AJ Brown, like they're still very fucking thin at wide receiver, which is going to be their excuse for Mariota again this year. But like, it wouldn't surprise me if fucking Mariota gets thrown out of it and Tanner was put in there because we saw Tanner was safe. But like, they don't have anyone there that's going to say.
Although
yeah,
to be
they're
fair,
playoff team.
Mariota will probably get injured and they'll have to bring Tannehill in because he gets
Yeah.
injured all the time as well.
That's his issue. He's like, he tries to be like Andrew Luck. He's quicker than Andrew Luck was, but he's very like, I'm going to put my body on the line no matter if I get injured or not.
And I know he's like the kind of guy who that's his play style and he can do it. But like, if
Not
you're
that
getting
big.
injured that often doing it, you should stop.
Like he got into the playoffs 2 years ago, and he got that great win in the playoffs over the Chiefs.
Yeah.
He is a good quarterback, but it's just that team. He's not built like Delaney Walker's solid, old as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I like them, but I don't know if they're ready for the playoffs yet with the quarterback.
And they're just kind of in the same situation every year, and they never make like big additions or anything.
Yeah, I think they're the kind of team they're going to make. Like, their defense is fucking. Their coverage is unbelievable. Adoree Jackson, Malcolm Butler, Kevin Byard, Vaccaro's alright. He kind of fucks up a bit. Adoree Jackson, we have Logan Ryan. Then you have Cameron Wakes up front this season now. Jarrell Casey's a solid. He's a Pro Bowler. Harold Landry, I like off the edge out of Boston College. Like they have a lot on defense again.
Yeah.
That's still there. So they're going to
Defense
stop
could
teams.
save them.
Yeah, like they need defense to be scoring again.
Yeah.
Which
But the defense also needs something on offense.
yeah, it's something. And again, like they left themselves. They got Adam Humphries, who is a decent slot receiver, but they're still very thin when it comes to the main guys at wide out, and that's my issue with them.
Yeah. And so AFC wildcard, who do you have?
My AFC wildcard, I have the Chargers and the Jets, but the Jets could be Bills. That's the
Jets,
of them.
yeah.
And the AFC East, the AFC East going to rule the.
And I have Chargers and Browns.
The
Which
Browns
could,
could
I
Stephen.
think could also easily be. It could be, I think, Chargers Browns, Chargers Jets, or Chargers Steelers.
It could easily be fucking
But I think it'll be Chargers and someone.
It wouldn't surprise me if, well, it would surprise me, that's retarded. If we had two AFC East teams and two AFC North teams, you could have the Ravens and the Browns in there, and or the Ravens and the Steelers, or you could have the Patriots and the Bills, or the Patriots and the Jets. I have Jets at the moment because I like their defense, what they got a defense this season, and I like Sam Darnold a lot and Le'Veon Bell. Obviously, I like what they have there, but it could easily be two conferences dominating that whole thing again.
Yeah.
Which has to be really good.
And then lastly, Super Bowl.
Which is our boldest pick.
Yeah.
This is more so what I want it to be.
Okay, so do you know what you want it to be and what you think it'll be?
Yes.
Okay, so what you want it to be.
What I want it to be, obviously,
Patriots.
is Patriots and Packers, because I want to see a Super Bowl with Rodgers and Brady, so they can finally shut up about who's the greatest of all time between the two of them.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of know.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, I agree.
So, I'd love to see that, but realistically, I do think it's going to be Patriots in there again. And probably, I think the Falcons. Because I'm so built up.
I mean, literally, that's what we differ on again.
Yeah.
I have Patriots Saints.
Which could be like this again. That could easily happen.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather like again. I'd love to see Breeze against Brady, and I'd love to see Rodgers and Brady. I just think it'll be Matt Ryan because I think their offense is
A lot.
He was so good last year, but their defense let them down. I think this
Yeah.
year he's going to be like, fuck that now. We have even more weapons again.
Yeah.
Let's just go hell for leather.
Glass cannon.
Let's go 50 touchdowns, Matt Ryan,
Yeah.
20 interceptions. But
Which he could easily do.
yeah, he has that. He has the arm. He has the players.
Yeah.
Like the running back.
Definitely has the players.
If he gets the running backs healthy, I think they're in the Super Bowl again.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I think that's a big part.
And I
Devontae
think, like,
Freeman.
That's what I think. Best, like I think the Falcons will get there, but I think if the Packers can get there, I think their defense has the best chance of stopping Brady in that sense.
I think painfully though, the Patriots are going to be there.
Yeah, I would like.
I don't think anyone else is going to be there over them.
If not the
As
Patriots,
much as people don't want to see it.
yeah, it's like you can't argue how good the team is again this year.
Mhm.
Like I said to you, I haven't seen a better rookie class for a while from the Patriots. Chase Winovich, N'Keal Harry,
Which is
Jacoby
annoying.
Myers, and then you've
How
Jared
did they do
Stidham.
it?
They've Jared Stidham, a backup quarterback who fucking was unbelievable in preseason this year.
Yeah.
Like I think he's the only, like I said, I think he's the only quarterback started and played nearly every game in preseason,
Yeah.
and that's not for no reason. Even though I do think it's probably just to build him up.
Still
to
like
trade
the
him.
weirdest thing ever. Watching a Patriots game and having a quarterback like him that moves.
Oh, we haven't seen him fucking.
Because
ever.
they used to just Tom Brady, who's just like a tower in the pocket. He just stands.
He's 40s now, faster at 42 than in the draft.
Somehow he's faster now that he's really old.
And
Don't
so,
know how that works.
what's the Super Bowl you want then?
I would agree with you, Patriots,
And
Packers.
Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I also want to see the showdown between Brady and Rodgers.
I think that could be arguably the best. Well, no, arguably the best was the Falcons Super Bowl, but
Yeah.
I think that could be the best quarterback battle in the Super Bowl.
And what I do obviously want to see is the Giants somehow get to like a wild card. I don't think they're going to get any further than a wild card game, but I actually do want them to get to a wild card.
The scariest thing is they'd be facing someone like the Saints or the Seahawks.
Yeah, I
in
know.
there, which I
Because it's really annoying because when I started watching football, the Giants got as far as the wild card and then went out.
think we haven't been there since that year.
Yeah, and haven't been there since. Because of that whole boat picture that apparently cursed everyone.
the wide receiver bowl picture.
But now we got rid of Odell Beckham, so the curse is gone. So
I'm waiting for all people to say Browns to Super Bowl is all I want to see. Is people saying that shit.
Yeah.
Where it's not going to happen the first year. It might happen the second year. It's not happening the first
I
year.
mean, it could.
They could have
But
everything.
it's not a guarantee like a lot of people will think.
Mm.
Just because they have everything
Mm.
doesn't mean it's going to work and dominate it straight away.
Yeah, that's the issue. So like, it's going to be a year. It's very up in arms, but I think the AFC is still.
Because you could compare the Browns and the Falcons
both the
with
Browns
the
and
weapons that they have.
their offense, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the
but
defense.
the Browns haven't done it,
At
whereas
all.
the Falcons have done it year
And
after year.
Still the same quarterback.
Yeah.
The only thing that the Browns on the other side have a much better defense. They
Yeah.
have Myles Garrett, Ogunjobi, Sheldon Richardson,
Yeah.
fucking the Warden. They have all these guys.
Yeah.
I left out a few there even.
Plus, there's the difference of course between Matt Ryan and Baker Mayfield, which is huge.
Yes, but again, that's what I mean.
Baker could grow into it.
I don't. That's what I mean. I think Baker was fantastic last year.
Mm.
He'll be good. I think there was a lot of wow factor last season for him.
Yeah.
I think this year he'll be good, and then next year he'll be great.
Yeah.
I think he needs this. I think third, fourth year is when he's going to peak.
Yeah.
Not peak, but that's when he's going to get up top. Where he's really going to get. We're in the playoffs every
Because
year.
I just can't. If it does click, now it could click, and if it does, that's terrifying.
They're absolutely horrendous.
But I don't see how it could click straight away.
No, and that's you can understand why people say it does. I think it's kind of hoping because of how bad it's been for them. But it's I like I said, I agree with you. It's not going to be this year. I think it'll be next year, year after.
And they do have like
A hard division.
what even is different from last year? Just Odell Beckham,
Oh yeah,
and they weren't blowing teams out last year,
no,
and only Odell Beckham's the difference. So
it's
again,
it's
it
weird.
has to,
Like it's
it has
and
to
cream on.
build up. Yeah, but
He won't be able to be 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, they
Even
are,
count.
yeah. So they have a very hard division, which is hard. The Steelers and fucking Ravens,
Mm.
and I still think the Ravens are the most overpowered
Kryptonite.
team.
Calling it kryptonite.
If they play zone, they've got them. So
I think a Ravens Browns game could end in a Ravens blowout.
the Ravens, bro. Ooh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They're gonna be
Here and now.
fucking that division. When any of those teams play each other, bar the Bengals, it's gonna be horrendous. But there's gonna be 7 or 8 players injured that game. Every game, they're gonna hate each other.
What,
all
the
season
Ravens
long.
Browns?
Everything. Ravens, Browns, Steelers, Steelers, Ravens. Everyone's getting injured.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going
I mean,
beat shit
Steelers
each other.
Bengals always ends up in fight as well, but
Yeah,
like Bengals are
That was
shite.
Devontae's perfect. It's psycho.
Yeah.
He was on the Raiders. It's a good idea.
So anyway, that's our predictions for the season.
Yeah. Before this is our last episode now before the season starts.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Last
Oh my
season?
God. Oh my god. It's a bit late to be saying it now, but follow Taste of Sport because we'll be keeping everybody up to date with all the games.
It's going to be a lot busier.
Yeah.
A lot busier every week.
We had apparently 84 tweets on Friday in one day.
Which wasn't true.
And it's going to be like over 100
Yep.
when the season starts. So, yeah.
And there's going to be like reviews of every game.
Sundays are going to be terrifying.
A lot. There won't be live tweets because that's not fair for my life.
No, I don't. Because I did that last year, but I did it like for playoff games.
That's different.
Yeah. Because you have one game at a time, not Red Zone where there's like 12.
Yes.
8 to
That's a lot
12.
to deal with at the moment. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let us know if you heavily disagree with anything we've said or who you think's going to make the Super Bowl.
And thank you for 100 followers on.
And yeah, thank you very much for that.
Never thought we actually get that far.
Yeah, 1,000 by the end of the next season. So
we're not saying that now, but thank you for listening again.
We will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.